So after a merry old mess about with the steam cleaner last night, getting the ice out of the rear box, I got the truck in. The battery on it is knackered. It's completely knackered. I can't understand it. It was supposed to be a top of the range battery, and I had the isolator switch switched off, and it just went dead. I'll show it. Like I say, I'll show you more about that later. So it's in here. It's got warmed up a bit. It's about 19 degrees in my shop. I'm going to start it up. I'm going to put my exhaust pipe hose to go outside. We leave it running. What we're going to do first of all is we're going to take the glow plugs out, and we're going to do a compression test. Alright, so let's see what it starts like. It's always started like this when it's cold. Look at it. You hear it picks up once it's warm? Shakes like a defecating dog. That was with no glow plugs. I don't know if I'm... Right, so it's nicely warmed up now. Everything's nice and warm. We have to warm up the engine in order to do a compression test. We're going to take all the glow plugs out and crank it over, make sure it's okay. Yeah, it seems to be running fine. I keep looking at little jobs I've got to find, and I need to put an elbow on the power steering feed. It's got a kink in the hose for some reason after all these years. Yeah, I've got to reroute that. Well, that's no big deal, is it? Turbo, before I get started. If anybody can suggest a turbo to put on this, I'll splash the cash and I'll get one. I'm really into doing that idea about turning the turbo around and putting the pipe going down the side near the bulkhead. Might be a bit warm, but I can double pipe it, if you see what I mean. Put a pipe within a pipe to keep the heat out of the footwell. Mind you, in winter it might be a blessing, eh? Right, listen to this rambling. Let's get taking glow plugs out. Right, what have we got this time? Well, look at me. Look, can you? I don't know if you can see it. $420. A little bit down, but not too bad. In fact, it might be right. I'm going to check it again just to be sure. Right, so was rather encouraging results. Number 1 was 425, number 2 was 425, number 3 was 400, and number 4 was 400. I don't think it's worth stripping that engine down to rebuild it just for a few PSI. It ran right, you know, so that wasn't really its problem. I've also taken the liberty of taking the rocker cover off, and as you can see in here, look at this, no sludge, no build up, nothing. Well, I checked them all the valves, and they're okay. Like I say, a little top tip for a Land Rover when you're looking to turn the engine over, is put the car, jack the front wheel up, put it into fifth, and then you can spin the engine over by just turning the wheel. A lot easier. Things you learn on this channel, eh? So that's it. So I got this little remote camera, like it's on Wi-Fi, joined onto my phone. Look at this, isn't this good, eh? Isn't that a lot of fun? The fun you can have with that. So I'm going to have a look at the back of that pump to see what is actually in there. At the back, is there a lever? Because there's a cable there. I can see where the cable is, and it does look like it's attached to a cam on the side. Yeah. But that doesn't move. why would it have a cam there? And why is it so tight? Maybe if I put a spanner on it and see if I can jiggle it around a little bit. I'm not sure if this is going to turn out. This is the cable I was talking about. And because of the nature of the cable, it's a pull cable. And down there, wait a minute. Down there at the back is a spring right down at the bottom. Can you see it? I'm having a hard time trying to film this. Yeah, there it is. There's a spring on a bracket. And if you look, let's see if I can get this light in here. You can just see the cable. Ah, damn it. There's not much room to put that. There's not much room to get the camera in even. Get in. But there's a cable on there like a cam. And it's stuck. I'm just wondering if that's it. So it might be quicker for me to take this pump off than mess about. But I can't find any reference to it, how it bloody works. Well, this is just a little update about this injector pump. I actually managed to take a photograph of the nameplate on the side. It's a diesel Nicky pump. I think they made them under license from Bosch. And I can't find anything about them. Can't even find a picture of the turbo model. So I wrote away to Injection Pump UK, and usually they're pretty sharp in replying, so I might get a reply by tomorrow to see what that cam does at the back, and do I need to take the pump off just to have a look at, and it's just something that just needs setting up. I don't know. I really don't know. But whilst I was online, and I've got the rocker box top off here, I thought I'd have a look at some valve stem seals. Holy shit, were they expensive for what they are. I wanted $48 for 8 stem seals. So I got to thinking, I thought, well, before I do that, why not just take off the rocker shaft as it is now? And I've got a tool I can take the valve springs out and examine the seals and see if they are that bad and see if there's any rock on the thing. So what it means is, again, I haven't got the glow plugs in. Sorry, I don't know what I'm thinking about today. I haven't got the glow plugs in, so turning the engine over is going to be particularly easy. So we need to get this on top dead centre. That means the rear 2 valves are rocking. And that means when we put the spring compressor on, take the collets out, the valve won't drop down into the engine. That'd spoil your day, wouldn't it? So you have to be methodical about that. Because it would be nice to use that turbo because, like I say, it doesn't leak. Well, where's the pipe I had? Here. That's the turbo pipe. Where's my torch? There, you can see? There's no oil in it at all. So obviously the seals are okay. Seems a shame to, throw something away. No, but I don't like this idea of the exhaust. I'll take the camera off and I'll show you. You can probably see how tight a fit it was. You see how close it is to the engine mount and the starter? Ridiculous. Yeah, I would like to do away with all that lot there and maybe I could make a sweeping pipe to come across here and down there. Maybe I could leave it as it is. Well, that's a better idea, isn't it? I've got the air pipe there for the snorkel that goes to the air cleaner. Maybe I could just do away with that. Maybe I don't need a snorkel. Everybody puts them on for looks anyway, don't they? They don't do anything. And there's the return oil pipe. You can see, what we probably can just see down there, that's where the block heater is. It's right in the middle of the block where it should be. But if I could get rid of this and have a nice sweeping bend to come round here, that would do me. But of course at the moment, That's ridiculous, isn't it? So, like before, I've jacked up the car on this wheel. It's in 5th gear, and I'm turning the engine over, and I'm looking for these 2 valves here to start rocking. When they rock, let's rock. That's the alternating mechanism. So there's the, what's that? That's the exhaust going down. And there's the intake. It just started to move. That means the piston is right at the very top. Right, so this is the tool that we're going to be using. It's quite simple really. You can see it's got some odd legs, and this little piece here, this stepped piece here, sits on top of your valve cap, and the legs are offset because it goes around the coils of the spring. And then by winding this down, you'll compress this piece and hopefully the valve will come out. I bought this tool specially to do this job. I've never used it since. I hope it worked. I look a right fool if I'd make a mess of this. So we'll get the tool around a coil. There we go. Now it might be difficult to see, but well, we'll carry on, and I'll take some tension up. Got one of these, but I think it's going to be too thick. Oh, got one. 1, 2, spring, off. I think those seals are shut. Now, I should say I want to try and get it off without breaking it, but well, I got it off without breaking it. It's okay. It's not exactly fantastic. I wonder if Land Rover ones would fit. And the answer is no, they're a different size, unfortunately. Yeah, the seal's nice, but it won't go over the guide. Bummer. Yeah, it won't even come off now. There goes the spring. I don't need these because they're only spares. Bin. Where's the bin? So, a set of seals, eh? Are they hard? You know, they're not all that hard. I'm just wondering, what if I put a tighter seal? This is cheap. This is being cheap. I wonder if a tighter spring would do a better job, because the 300 TDI ones are a bit smaller. The rubber's soft. You know, I think that might just work. What I'm looking for is the oil being pulled off the stem. See what I mean? So I'm looking at the oil. I've just put some oil on the stem. You see it's washing it off. Ooh. You see very carefully. Oh, wait a minute. You see the oil's being pushed off. It's not going down. I think that's going to work, because I've got loads of it. I've got loads and loads of these 300 TDI types, 200 TDI types. But again, if I take the springs off, where are you? Yeah, you can see the difference. So this little spring here is going to get really tight rather than that one. Well, put it this way, I've got nothing to lose. I think what I'll do is I'll leave that one as is. I'll do this one and I'll change the springs and see if that makes a difference, because it was using a bit of oil, but like I'm rocking them guides, I'm doing a bit of this and the guides feel super. You know, if they were sloppy, you'd feel it. So now it's time to put the spring back on. I think if... Oh, I see my problem. I'm hitting the side of that... There. I was hitting the side of this tool here with the collar. Now I know it seems a bit of a cheap way to do things, but well, it works. See? Now we'll do the same on all the rest. Well, what a pleasant way to spend an afternoon. Getting these collets out isn't particularly easy, because I worked out, well, I needed a big bar to push this down, but they've got double springs in and the hooky tool won't go around the middle spring, and as you can see here, this is on fully compressed here but not compressed here, hence putting the bar on to push them down. And they're actually not bad to do once you've got a technique. Yeah, they're pretty good. So I've done them all except these two here. So we're going to do these and just change those seals and, well, change the springs, and we should be good to go. Yeah, the double spring thing threw me off a little bit. I forgot about that. But I won't be doing it for another 800 hours, I suppose. Does it save time? Well, it does really, because you're not taking the head off. And of course, once you take the head off, you think, well, I've got to do this, got to do that. And you end up rebuilding the bloody engine. Now, going off our compression test, I couldn't see any need to do that. It didn't seem logical to take the engine apart just for what it was. So we'll get back up here, put our spring back in, and the collets. You can see how awkward it is, but it's not too bad. These springs have got tighter coils right down at the very bottom, so it makes it difficult to get the tool in. So I have to sort of, when I want to put this tool in, I have to prise open the coils at the bottom just a little bit so I can get the tool in, and then it works fine. But it isn't. Yeah, you see, it's not bad. I've only got this one to do now.